Welcome to Looking Within, a podcast for the spiritual explorer in each of us. I'm Julie. I love to explore the inner life using contemplative practices, and I love to help others to do the same. In our time together, I hope you gain a sense of hope, meaning, joy, and love. Keep in mind, today I'll be speaking from my own perspective as a Christian spiritual explorer. If you resonate with another way of experiencing the divine, that's just fine. Feel free to use the spiritual perspective you are most comfortable with in our practice today. Now, let's begin. I'm writing today from a heart that feels just a bit down. Do you ever have one of those days? There's nothing big that's wrong, and by and large, life is going pretty well. But you still feel just a bit down. For me, it's mostly a bunch of transition stuff, losing a few people in my life to job changes and moves. The new school year feels a bit uncertain until it gets started, and then I'm sure it's all going to be okay. And running in my mental background are the mass shootings, natural disasters, suffering immigrants and their children, the changes in Mother Earth due to climate change, and my husband and his siblings who are watching their parents age and have more and greater difficulties. It's times like this that we seem to seek out some sources of comfort. There are many ways we humans cope and find comfort, through ingested chemicals, food, or drinks, through habits that help us to feel on an even keel, or by pushing the things that we fear or are worried about into the back of our minds. Certainly we turn to other people, professionals, to our church, or to friends and family to advise or assure us. Perhaps we turn to favorite verses in the Bible or other spiritual writings, to music that reaches and fills us or that we create, or to prose or poetry or journaling that we find helpful when the things that are troubling us feel like a little much to handle. For myself today, I've recalled an item I had saved in the notes section of my phone, an obscure verse from Zephaniah in the Old Testament of the Bible. I saw it on a greeting card years ago and kept it around as the words were so meaningful at the time. They still are. As I look up the verse in the Bible, I'm seeing that it falls in a chapter where the writer is condemning the Israelites for their wickedness, describing their punishment, and then assuring them that God, like a warrior, will help them and bring them victory and recovery as a people. I actually saw this verse on the cover of a birthday card with the inside words assuring the person of how loved and valued they are and how God and others celebrate who they are. Just to say, I'm using the birthday card paraphrased version as we look at this verse today. I hope this verse will be of help to you if you need a sense of assurance and comfort from God. Here's the paraphrased verse from the Bible, from Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God is with you. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Forgive the masculine language, but let's go with this rendering of the verse for our time together today. Let me read the verse twice more, first with feminine language, and then streamlined with gender-neutral language. Take the verse into your heart and mind in whatever form works best for you. Here it is again. The Lord your God is with you. She will take great delight in you. She will quiet you with her love. She will rejoice over you with singing. And finally, the Lord your God is with you, taking great delight in you, quieting you with love, and rejoicing over you with singing. A paraphrase of Zephaniah 3:17. This is exactly what I need to hear today. I need some encouragement. I need someone to smile at me and to quiet me down. I need to be reassured, not that everything will suddenly go perfectly, but that there's some meaning, a purposeful and hopeful trajectory to things, and that God is still in control despite outward appearances. If I were little enough, I would frankly just need to be held on someone's lap for a while, enfolded in strong and loving arms. Today, I need a sense of that larger presence of the divine to surround me. Perhaps you do too. Let's look at that some more in today's episode entitled Experiencing God. Today and next week, we'll be engaging in a 2-part series looking at a few examples of ways that we can contemplatively move through our daily lives. This way of living means that we see and experience God in increasingly real and expanding ways. This fits the core perspective of this contemplative podcast. Each week, we explore a deepening way of being in relationship with God, a way that goes beyond head information or purely a belief system about God, and moving to having open eyes and hearts that can directly see and experience God everywhere. Every object or event, every chance encounter or image that comes to mind may become a metaphor filled with meaning or remind us of something about God or life or our spiritual journey. The good, the true, and the beautiful, or things that don't fit these descriptions, can lead to direct experiences of God, helping God's presence to be more and more real in our lives. A few quiet minutes may help us as we think about this, and especially today as we experience this through the words of Zephaniah 3:17. In this quiet space and time, I'd invite you to gently close your eyes. I'll sound the Tibetan singing bowl, which will call you to look within. As you're listening to the bowl's reverberations, take 3 deep breaths. Then let your breathing return to normal whenever you'd like. Hear the sound of the bowl now. Let it center you. Let it remind you that God is here with you. Hear the words again from Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God is with you, taking great delight in you, quieting you with love, and rejoicing over you with singing. And once more. The Lord your God is with you, taking great delight in you, quieting you with love, and rejoicing over you with singing. Your imagination is a wonderful contemplative tool. Let your mind create a scene of being held, perhaps rocked as a little child, or held and comforted now as an adult. Literally feel your body relaxing, your emotions settling down, your thoughts quieting. Hear the one holding you humming or singing quietly, their presence enveloping you with love and gladness that you're with them. And then imagine that Jesus or God or the energy of the divine is holding you, quieting you, taking delight in you. Feel the comfort and stability, the love and compassion for how you're feeling on a down or challenging day, on any day. Envision and feel all of that, and I'll be back with you in about 3 minutes. I'd invite you now to take a few deep breaths in and out, in and out. Let these breaths fill you with strength and energy. Hear me sound the Tibetan singing bowl, and as the sound of the bowl reverberates and slowly dies away, you can gently open your eyes, remaining still for a moment longer. Today has been an example of a very real way to experience God's presence, love, and compassion for you. Our imaginations are a vital tool in our spiritual toolbox. We need this help as we relate to a divine presence that we can't see. But once we get the hang of this, using the Bible, events and life moments, a scene in nature, anything, we begin to see and experience God everywhere. The relationship grows and deepens, and our contemplative lens spots these real and direct experiences of God with greater ease and clarity. Thank you for making time for your inner self today. Whatever you've discovered and experienced, carry that with you in the coming days. You can find more episodes at our website, Gloria-Day, that's DEI.com/lookingwithinpodcast, or subscribe through your favorite podcast app. We'll see you next time.